Good afternoon. A change is coming whether you like it or not. These are the words of Greta Thunberg, the young climate activist. Yes, the today's given topic is energy conservation and its importance on climate change. The change she mentioned here is the climate change. Now, what is this climate change? Climate change can be described as a change in the average conditions such as temperature or rainfall of a region for a particular period of time. The rise of sea level, melting of snow-capped mountains, and most importantly, global warming are the main effects of climate change. Now, we all have heard about the recent glacier outburst in Uttarakhand, which appeared in the news maybe about 5 or 6 days before, which can be cited as a best example for this climate change.
Now, global warming being the main effect, it is caused by the increased emission of greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide and methane. Now, how are these gases emitted? Although they are emitted in number of ways, as far as my topic is concerned, they are emitted by the burning of fossil fuels. Therefore, overuse of energy sources cause the change in climate. Here we have to note that overuse of all energy sources does not cause climate change because generally energy sources can be divided into two, the renewable source and non-renewable source, where renewable sources are those sources that can be made available continuously, like the sun as a source of solar energy. Now coming to non-renewable source, they are those sources that get accumulated on earth from a very long time ago and cannot be replaced if they are exhausted. For example, fossil fuels. In today's world, as most of the energy is produced by burning of fossil fuels, the overuse of this non-renewable energy causes more emission of greenhouse gases which directly impact the climate. Here, there arises the need for conserving energy. So what is this energy conservation? Yes, the term conservation indicates preserving something for future. In this case, preserving the energy for future. Now, how can we do this? It is clear that in today's world, life is really unthinkable without energy, and it is also really impossible for us not to use energy as a method of conservation, right? So what we can do is just limit the use of non-renewable energy source, as it is the most commonly and widely used energy source today. Now let us see what leads to the overuse of this non-renewable sources and what this energy conservation has to do with climate change. The massive urbanization along with industrial revolution and increasing population result in the extensive demand for non-renewable sources and their use. By conserving, what we mean is that we will be limiting the use of non-renewable source. That means the burning of fossil fuels will be less, which means that the emission of greenhouse gases will also be less, which surely directly help us to mitigate climate change. Hence, energy conservation and climate change are interlinked with each other. Now, why should we conserve energy? Yes, the obvious reason is that our future generation too needs this energy, right? Yes, the other reason is that we can also mitigate climate change and can also enjoy energy for a longer period of time. Even the main aim of energy conservation is to reduce the demand of non-renewable source, protect and replenish them. Many a times, the best way to limit this non-renewable source is to replace this source with alternate power, that is a non-renewable source. Like there are many renewable sources like solar energy, wind energy, geothermal energy, biogas energy, etc. Even the many researchers and scientists recommend hydrogen as the best alternate to fossil fuels as it is more eco-friendly and is easily available. Even though these renewable sources help us to mitigate climate change to a very large extent, there comes limitation when it comes to their utilization. If we overcome this limitation, it will definitely be a greatest achievement in the field of energy conservation as well as climate change mitigation. Apart from this, the worldwide lockdown has also contributed a lot to reduce greenhouse gases. Now, even though this natural gas is a non-renewable source, it can be the best alternate to coal, which as it produces less carbon dioxide. Therefore, let me also share a happy news with us that the International Energy Agency on this year, February 9th, told that the share of coal in India's overall energy usage is expected to decline from 44% in 2019 to 34% in 2040, triggered by the country's push to renewable sector. It is indeed a happy news, right? Yes. Now there are also many scientific interventions like development of carbon dioxide products, then carbon capture and storage, and advanced deployment of advanced emission leak detectors, then extending the use of solar technology to other new areas like transport, power, home activities, and using the carbon dioxide emitted from the factories to grow microalgae, and limited usage of non-renewable source which can cause least harm to this nature. Now there are nations too took initiative to mitigate climate change by conserving energy, like the main being the program under United Nations Environment Program through the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, like a Paris Agreement, Kyoto Protocol, cap and trade, carbon taxes, carbon levies, energy efficiency grants, and so on. Although nations can take lead and commit initiative to reduce, mitigate climate change, individually we can make a huge difference by being more efficient in our energy usage and also by reducing the consumption of stuff. To summarize, although the human acts are responsible for the current climate changes and overuse of energy issues, definitely human actions.
ഹൗസ് എഫക്റ്റ് എന്താണ്?
ഗ്രീൻ ഹൗസ് എഫക്റ്റ് എന്താന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ ഗ്രീൻ ഹൗസ് പറഞ്ഞാൽ ആക്ച്വലി കോൾഡ് കൺട്രീസിൽ പ്ലാന്റ് വളർത്തുന്ന ഒരു ഹൗസാണ്. അതിൽ വന്നിട്ട്
ഇവിടെയുണ്ട്, നമ്മുടെ നാട്ടിലുണ്ട്, നമ്മുടെ നാട്ടിൽ.
ഓക്കെ, നമ്മുടെ നാട്ടിലുണ്ട്. ഓക്കെ, എന്നിട്ട് അതിൽ ഗ്യാസ്, അതായത് ഹീറ്റ് ട്രാപ്പ് ചെയ്ത് വെക്കും, അതിനെ പുറത്തേക്ക് കടക്കാൻ സമ്മതിക്കില്ല. അപ്പോൾ ഈ അറ്റ്മോസ്ഫിയറിൽ കാർബൺ ഡയോക്സൈഡ്, മീഥേൻ പോലുള്ള ഗ്രീൻ ഹൗസ് ഗ്യാസസ് സണ്ണിൽ നിന്ന് വരുന്ന ഹീറ്റ് ട്രാപ്പ് ചെയ്യും, പക്ഷെ അത് പുറത്തേക്ക് പോകാൻ സമ്മതിക്കില്ല. അപ്പോൾ ഇതിൻ്റെ എമിഷന് കൂടുമ്പോൾ എന്തുണ്ടാവും പറയുക, കൂടുതൽ മറ്റേ ചൂട് ഭൂമിയിൽ തന്നെ നിന്നിട്ട് ടെമ്പറേച്ചർ റൈസായി ഗ്ലോബൽ വാർമിംഗ് ഉണ്ടാക്കും. ന്യൂക്ലിയർ പവർ സ്റ്റേഷൻ ഉപയോഗിച്ചാൽ ന്യൂക്ലിയർ എനർജി ബേസിക്കലി റിന്യൂവബിൾ ആണെങ്കിലും ന്യൂക്ലിയർ എനർജിയിൽ നമ്മൾ യൂസ് ചെയ്യുന്ന ആ യുറേനിയം, മറ്റേ അങ്ങനത്തെ ആറ്റംസ് ഒക്കെ നോൺ റിന്യൂവബിൾ ആണ്. അതുകൊണ്ട് നമുക്ക് ന്യൂക്ലിയർ എനർജി കംപ്ലീറ്റ്ലി റിന്യൂവബിൾ ആണെന്ന് പറയാൻ പറ്റില്ല. അതുകൊണ്ട് അത് റേഡിയേഷൻസ് കോസ് ചെയ്ത് അങ്ങനെ അത്ര യൂസ്ഫുൾ അല്ല.
അപ്പൊ ഈ ക്ലൈമറ്റിന് കുഴപ്പമൊന്നും വരുത്തില്ലല്ലോ, പൊല്യൂഷന്റെ ഒന്നും പ്രശ്നമില്ലല്ലോ അതിന്.
ഇല്ല, എക്സ്പ്ലോഷൻ ഉണ്ടാകുമ്പോൾ പൊല്യൂഷൻ ഉണ്ടാവുമല്ലോ. ഈ ന്യൂക്ലിയർ ഫിഷനും ന്യൂക്ലിയർ ഫ്യൂഷനും ഫിഷനും പോലുള്ള സമയത്ത് കമ്പൈൻ ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ എക്സ്പ്ലോഷൻ ഉണ്ടാകുമ്പോൾ അത് ക്ലൈമറ്റിന് പ്രോബ്ലം തന്നെ അല്ലേ.
ഓക്കെ ഓക്കെ ഓക്കെ, താങ്ക് യു.
താങ്ക് യു സർ.